Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. For those of you who don't know, I started Grumpy Old Fart to express my political and social opinions and to say things that I felt needed to be said. Unfortunately, YouTube started giving me strikes. As a hedge against this happening, I have created backup YouTube channels, Grumpy Old Gamer and Grumpy Old Ufologist. I also created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can find all of my stuff there, including my political opinion and current events. The link to my Rumble channel, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm still getting over that cold, so my voice is going to be scratchy, and I may cough some, so please just bear with me. I've done Technophobe videos where I talked about artificial intelligence on battlefields. Go and check some of them out. As it turns out, I did a little bit of research. There are 3 classifications of robots for military use. The first is automatic. This is a drone essentially controlled by a pilot, a human being. So it is a robot drone, but it's controlled by a person. That's cool. That's wonderful. Then you have automated, which is programmed to perform specific functions. It's a robot that performs functions. That can be okay as long as it's not given the authority to engage in combat. Then you have autonomous. These are the ones that I'm really worried about. These are advanced robots programmed to make judgment calls. This is possibly controlled by artificial intelligence. This is the type that independently decides which humans live and which humans die. So a robot artificial intelligence will be deciding who lives and who dies, which humans live and die. There's something blatantly wrong with that. Companies like Boston Dynamics are designing robots for combat purposes. These robots are being programmed to kill humanoid and quadruped. These robots are being programmed to kill. They have humanoid and quadruped robots with weapon systems already. Quadruped robots are already being used as carriers for ammo and equipment, such as the LS-3, which carries excess equipment and ammo on a battlefield. I believe the Marines are using it, and that's fine. If all it does is carry stuff, great. Help you lift open doors and lift heavy objects, that kind of thing. I got no problem with that. Atlas is the humanoid. It's a humanoid robot, and it's the most advanced, and is most likely to be used by the military as an autonomous soldier robot. As we speak, a Norwegian company has supplied their autonomous Themis, Themis, UGV, unmanned ground vehicle. It's an autonomous tank to NATO for use in Ukraine. This is an autonomous tracked vehicle that can be used to carry wounded, to carry ammo, carry weapons and other equipment, or it can be used for demolitions disposal. And all of that is good. But it can also be armed. When armed, this system can make judgment calls to decide when, if, and which humans are to be killed. This is horrific. Anybody who thinks this is a good thing, excuse me, if both armies are composed completely of robots, knock yourself out. Got no problem with that. But that's never the case. Imagine a future where millions of autonomous military robots are deployed to a third world country, the Middle East, for example. Human soldiers with years of training and experience have a very difficult time telling the terrorists from the farmers. Does that kid have a pipe or a gun? Is that man planting crops or an IED? Is that woman carrying a basket or a bomb? Is that man selling avocados or hand grenades? You see the difference? You see what I mean?
Would you honestly trust a machine to see the difference? I certainly wouldn't. And another thing to consider, even if both sides are all robotic, both sides are employing millions of robots, and that's all that's going on to the battlefield. Name one war in history that had no civilian deaths. Name one. I'll wait. I'm not going to wait long because there ain't one. Every war in history has had civilian deaths. People who didn't sign up for battle, they're not soldiers. They're planting crops or tending bar or whatever, and a stray shell comes and kills them. Friendly fire, accidental fire, whatever you want to call it. Civilians die in war. And I don't care which war it is or who's at war. Civilians get killed. Period. Usually it's accidental, but it happens. And now they're talking about robots for law enforcement right here in America. If a robot tries to pull me over, I'm going to ignore it. If the robot tries to force me to pull it over, I'm going to shoot it. Robots are not to be given authority over human beings, period. Period. You start giving robots authority over human beings, and where does it end? They will be our robot overlords. I know this sounds crazy and far-fetched, but if you look at the news, it's happening. It's happening as we speak. There's a Norwegian company that's already supplying unmanned, autonomous vehicles, robots, tracked vehicles, robots that can kill. And they're deploying them to Ukraine as we speak. Where does it end? At some point, the humans have to stand up and say, enough. We're done. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. Again, I'm okay with a drone, with a pilot, a guy somewhere in Nebraska flying a drone in the Middle East and reconnaissance or whatever, that's fine. But a robot that can decide who to kill, when to kill, and which humans are okay to kill, something's wrong. Something's very, very wrong. I hope this finds everybody well, and I hope everybody stays safe. God bless one and all.